Good afternoon and welcome to WINEormous Tastes. I am assuming that we're on live. I'm hoping we are. The computer is being just a tad slow to open up, but we're getting there. Anyway, greetings, welcome. So nice to have you here. I'm Tom Plant, and things are moving rather rapidly in Temecula wine country. Things are beginning to open up. I think tomorrow is going to be part of a milestone where the wineries are going to be open even more. Up until today, they have been open for bottle and glass sales if the winery has a restaurant. If you didn't have a restaurant, it's bottle sales only, but things are supposed to loosen up a little bit more starting tomorrow. Last week, if you joined us, I had John McPherson from South Coast Winery. John was a wonderful guest. We had a great discussion. He shared his insights as to how they're handling things at South Coast. And right now I'm drinking the Tempranillo Rosé that he shared with me. This really is just a lovely wine. If you're out by South Coast Winery, I highly recommend you try this. They just had bottled it. I'm not sure if it's been released yet, but I was lucky enough to get a bottle in my hands. I thank you, John McPherson, and cheers. That really is a very nice dry. I would call it a Provençal style rosé. Really, really lovely. So anyway, welcome. I'm delighted to have you. I want to thank my friend Denise Chamberlain. We're doing this from her kitchen this evening. As you may know, I have moved. I'm living out at Galway Downs, and where I am, the Wi-Fi is spotty at best, but it's a lovely place. I know it's going to be a great home for me, and I'm just so excited to be there, and lots of exciting changes in my life. But anyway, as I mentioned, I met with Jim Hart on, it's been almost 2 weeks now, hard to believe, but time really is flying. Jim and I had a great visit, and I will share that conversation we had with you. So bear with me 1 second. Hello, Jim Hart.
Hi, Tom Plant.
How are you, sir?
Doing well.
Tell me what's going on out in wine country. Things are starting to ease up a tad.
So we're told, I guess, easing up if you have a restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, but from what I understand this morning, we may be seeing some changes next week, and hopefully we can start to ease up here. So it's been a weird time.
So we are, for the record, we're visiting on May 29th, and this will probably be broadcast sometime in June. But so hopefully by the time this airs, this will be a past tense, and you'll be open, and we'll be having fun.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at probably I'm kind of a believer we're going to be doing some kind of new normal. So we'll see what it is. But hey, anything's better than being pretty much completely closed like we are now.
In the meantime, how have you been surviving? What's been going on at the winery?
Well, we've been coming to work and just doing our winemaking stuff. That all continues. So bottled 2 wines this week and 1 wine last week, and getting our wine club ready to ship out, and doing work in the vineyard. Vineyard's got things that need to be done, so we're staying busy as far as the winemaking side. And we're fortunate. I mean, we've had this place a long time, so we probably don't have as much overhead as some of the other newer wineries do. So we can survive for quite a while.
And the vines don't know anything about a virus.
They don't know anything about it. No. The vineyard crew's been real busy. We had had a real good rainy season, and the vines are loving this year. So
well, they
the
look
virus
gorgeous.
Doesn't affect the vineyard at all. So
yeah, they just look healthy and lush. And
no, I think we're going to have a bumper harvest this year.
Good deal. So I know you told me you bottled a Reserve Cab Franc.
We bottled a Reserve Cab Franc today, just about 100 cases of that. Yesterday we bottled a little over 200 cases of our Hansen Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon, and then last week we bottled almost 300 cases of a real nice rosé we made from Grenache. So, yeah.
Have you done a Grenache rosé before?
Oh, my dad did Grenache rosés for years. They were one of our, kind of our flagship rosé for many years.
Speaking of your dad, how's Jim doing? I mean, how's Joe doing?
Joe's doing great. Jim's doing well, good as well. But Joe's doing well. They're pretty much staying close to home, both my parents. And,
right.
He told my brother yesterday that we didn't allow him to come to work, but I think he can come if he wants. But we've encouraged them to stay home,
right,
and minimize their exposure to this thing. So
why take a chance? It's just not. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing great.
What's on the horizon? What's
We're just looking at our harvest plans and figuring out. We're going to make a little less wine than we normally do. Fortunately, last year we crushed. Your mask is blowing away.
Oh well,
Tom.
I think it's salvageable.
Yeah, we crushed a lot more grapes than we normally do in anticipation of kind of, taking things up a notch. But we'll kind of hunker down a little bit this year. We're going to crush probably 30-40% less than we did the last few years, just to stay safe and we've got this kind of lull that moved everything out. So we're working on that. It's just the usual stuff, staying busy, getting a lot of home projects done. That's nice.
What's going on, Julian?
Julian's doing well, pretty much the same as here. We're shut down, selling wine by appointment. But our customers at both wineries have been so super supportive. People are coming, buying wine. They know that small businesses need to survive, and we've had a real good response at both wineries, and we're selling more wine than I would have expected, given the difficulty of not being able to taste and stand 6 feet back and or taste through a mask. That's not easy.
Well, you've got a reputation, and people know they can trust Hart to deliver a consistently good product.
Yep, and Julian, both wineries. We have very loyal customers, and good employees. Everybody loves our employees, so they've been super supportive.
It was great to see Rosalie when I walked into the winery.
Yeah. Rosalie's been here a couple days a week. Brianne's been here a couple days a week. Obviously we had to cut back on employee hours, so it's mostly just family here most days. But everybody's been working here and there, and we've been taking care of everybody as best we can.
Well, Jim, it's wonderful for me to be back out in wine country. I miss this place.
Yeah. I stay home a couple days a week, most weeks, just because there isn't as much work to do, and I miss being here. And every day, especially with this time of year, the vines are 6 inches higher up. When you miss a day, it's crazy. So
always a pleasure to see you, and thanks for your time, Jim.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for talking to me.
Always a pleasure to visit with Jim Hart. He and his brother Mike are making the wines now. As Jim told me in a little chat we had 3 or 4 years ago, I said, I heard your dad handed the title of winemaker to you. He said, no, he didn't. I wrestled it away from him. So I'll always remember that. Apparently, we had some problems with audio cutting in and out. I apologize for that. We're doing our best on this, and it's some challenges, but we'll get through them. After I finished visiting with Jim, I asked him if there was anything he wanted me to taste while after our visit. So he handed me a bottle of there we go. This is the 2017 Estate Grown Old Vine Reserve Cabernet Franc. And he just bottled this. This is brand new, just bottled about 2 weeks ago. He said it will get better in time, but certainly drinkable right now. So let's pour a little in the glass. I raise my glass to you. Cheers. This nose is really just absolutely extraordinary. I get cherries and blackberries and vanilla and just lots of luscious things. And I'm a big Cab Franc fan. Like many other people, when I first heard about Cab Franc, wasn't too familiar with it, and I was told, oh, it's a blending grape. But Temecula wine growers and winemakers don't seem to have a problem with making it as a standalone, and I'm grateful for that because I think it's a magnificent grape. And this is a magnificent wine. Hart Winery's 2017 Old Vine Reserve Estate Grown Cab Franc. And I know that Hart Winery will be open tomorrow, Friday. So I would certainly recommend that you go grab a bottle of this. It's a lovely, lovely Cabernet Franc. And I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight for WINEormous Tastes. I'll be back next Thursday at 5 o'clock. I don't know who we'll be chatting with yet. It could be Tim Kramer from Leoness, possibly Don Lorenzi, Akash Patel. There's lots of folks to talk with, and I'm eager to get out and visit with them. Cheers. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Thursday at 5.